Hey, I'm Russ Frushtick, and today we're going to be looking at what could potentially be a big deal for mobile gaming, the Moga Ace Power. One of the coolest parts of iOS 7 is that Apple included a universal gamepad driver. What this means is basically any company that wants to create a mobile game controller just has to support this driver, and then any games that support it as well work functionally with it without a problem. This is one of the first controllers that actually uses the driver. Upon first picking up the controller, it feels really cheap. The Moga Ace Power really uses cheap materials. The buttons don't feel high quality. It feels nothing like one of the new PlayStation controllers or one of the new Xbox controllers. Honestly, it feels like it came out of a McDonald's Happy Meal. And that might sound harsh, but you gotta remember they're charging $100 for this, so I think I deserve to be harsh. So to install a device, it's pretty simple. You pretty much just expand it like this and use this lock on the back to keep it open. So it's open like that, and then you take your device, put it in right there, flip the lock switch again, and there it is. It's in there. So you can go ahead and play games just like that. Once it's in there, it feels pretty steady, especially if you use the lock again to lock it in place. It's not going anywhere, you don't have to worry about that. You should know though, it's really not gonna work if you have a case on your phone or any other device, so you pretty much have to use it raw. I know a lot of people might be a little wary about that. So let's load up a game. You'll notice that I can't actually use the controller to select things. I have to use the touchscreen to select things. A little weird because it's sideways, but not too bad. So the responsiveness is, feels like about 90% of the time the buttons act as I expect them to. Sometimes I'll hit a button, but it won't actually result in me doing the thing that I should be doing when I hit that button. It seems like Moga might have cut a few corners when it came to construction of the device, if only to maybe get it to market really fast, because it just does not feel like a really premium piece of hardware. Now, the question is this better than playing with the touchscreen? I've played Muffin Night with just the touchscreen, and it actually is a little bit better playing with a controller, even though it's a pretty crummy controller, which is to say most touchscreen platformers do not control very well at all. It is better to play a platformer with a controller than without one, but this controller feels pretty shoddy, and I'd much rather not use this controller. If the driver is going to be available everywhere, I'm hoping that another company will swoop in and make a better controller for these sorts of games. So I think it's pretty clear that the Moga Ace Power is not exactly this big step in mobile gaming that we were hoping for, but it's not all bad news. Because of Apple's universal gamepad driver, tons of companies are going to be making their own controllers. Hell, Apple could make their own controller. So there's a lot of promise in the future. It's just not with this thing.